Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the $100,000 tournament. Yes, it is Play Overwatch's Atlantic Showdown. Of course, the finals will be happening at Gamescom in end of August. Well, it's mid-August, actually. It's been moved forward, Gamescom has this year. But this is all about the qualification period, and we have a cracker for you. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and joining me is Jason Kaplan for this one. It's going to be Fortress up against the other team. Now, you may be thinking, who the heck are they? Well, there's a whole lot of Quake players, Battlefield 4 pros. It's just a mismatch of all sorts of players that have done incredibly well as they come into Overwatch.
Yeah, that's you. Let's take a look at the brackets really quickly as we talk more about the teams, because there's been a lot of games happening across the board for many of the different streams. We're only one of the few streams. We have, well, our games in the round of 32, but as you can see, a lot of round of 16 matches are basically ready to go or almost ready to go. So we're currently here with the other team versus Fortress. We'll be sticking with that into the round of 16, and then that will be our final game of the night, because the quarterfinals, if I could read German, is going to be all tomorrow, all one at a time. So there'll be no overlapping, and all be done here. But there's some, some really so good teams left in this one. Misfits up there on the top side, coming in, I think, as the #1 seed or #2 seed, if I'm not mistaken. You got Melty in there, bound their way, the team who hasn't really looked like their former selves in the closed beta. You got SG1, who just won the Go 4 last week, or actually yesterday. Overwatch King still in there, waiting for their opponent. You got Triple V, which still has a hell of a lot of good players on the team. For instance, Point from Bongo Beach Boys back at Face It. And then you have Reunited here towards the bottom as well. You still have teams like Ro, Creation, not participating because they're actually in France at the moment playing in the Acer tournament.
Little Californian came out there. Hella good.
I was trying.
Hella good.
No, because okay, yeah, sure. We'll go with that. It's better than where it could have went.
Yeah, well, I'll stick with that one. But I'm going to tell the teams we are ready. Okay, so we're into the round 32. That means we're going to be moving on to King's Row as the starting map. And, of course, the losing team chooses what the next map is going to be. Of course, we just saw a cracker between B-Fly and Northern Gaming Blue, sorry, I should say. Red are the American side. Blue are the European side. Makes sense. They went with the EU colours, unlike England. Ooh, topical.
So not going to touch that.
Who chooses side?
Higher seed.
Yeah, highest seed. We'll go with that.
Do I know who the higher seed is? No.
Do I know who the higher seed is? No, I don't either. I guess they will know.
Oh wait, no. I know the higher seed.
You gonna tell us?
Oh, what? No, I thought the seed shows up here. Okay. Don't know who the higher seed is. I'll ask the admins.
It's all right. They're already sorted it.
Okay, good.
They're sorted it. They're ready to go. So let's get in there. Let's get the game on the way. It's going to be King's Row, as you mentioned. We had King's Row earlier on today, and actually it was, I'm trying to think who it was that failed to finish the map. I'm going to switch over.
Was it
Isuba? It was Isuba that failed to complete
versus Coin
the
Flippers,
map, wasn't it? Yeah, Isuba versus Coin Flippers.
Who lost the coin flip?
It ended as a draw, didn't it?
Yep.
And a draw, and then a draw. And then on King of the Hill, we got a winner.
Yeah, we did. It was 2-0 winner, too. Didn't go to a draw.
On Elios overall.
Okay.
30 seconds, Harsman said, so I guess he's fixing something, sorting something. But yes, Slasher is going to be in this game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to introduce you to Slasher. You've probably seen Slasher on the Gossu stream, obviously commentating. He's been around for a very long time. Former Quake man, news reporter through esports history for years and years and years. So much you want to say.
That's fine.
But you're just going to bottle it up.
He did it for me.
Yes. That's what you wanted to say. We've also got a lot of Quake pros in here as well. I saw Mufu's in there. Mufu is formerly Avec. Used to be a Quake legend, effectively. Shadowburn, Forsaken, Clanton. These are all the top players in there, Pronic. And then on the other side as well, Wyros in there with Drunks, of course. Drunks, legendary man, and now effectively becoming the mini Kana fanatic.
Yeah.
He is becoming one of the managers there. But let's get the game on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be King's Row. You all know what it's all about. It's all about capturing the point at the start and then moving the payload all the way through into, I think we can call it Molten Core, because it's into the core. Let's put it that way. Let's go into the
related to other Blizzard titles?
Yes,
or
indeed it is.
Torbjorn Ultimate?
I mean, it looks different to Molten Core as you'd have it in World of Warcraft. Let's put it that way.
I don't see much Molten either.
No, I don't see a great deal of Molten either, but cracking raid that it was. Anyway.
It was good.
That aside, let's get into the game. Let's talk about what we got going on here. So Forsaken's actually going to be on Lucio. So we're going to have the Lucio in there, getting the beat going as Mufu hammers away. He's getting the beat going with a hammer. I'm not too sure if that's exactly what I want. I'm a little...
Hammer time.
I'm a little mixed in feelings of what I feel like seeing Avec, this legendary Quake railgun player, playing Torpedo.
I mean, what, you see Cooler playing Lucio?
I know, it just totally throws me. Slash is going to be the Mercy, Shadowburn is going to be on the Pharaoh, which you'd expect the Quake guys to be on. Clanton is going to be on Soldier 76 and Pronic on Zaya. Let's see what the attack do as they move out of base.
Okay, so here we go. Let's see. They have the Pharah with Drunks. Actually, a really good Pharah. Also a really good Roadhog. But they're going with the double Winston. That turret will fall in a few seconds. Drunks not going to have any problems with that. So now it kind of forces Avec or Mufu in a really rough position. Can actually use the Concussion Blast to speed himself in with Mu there to help heal him up. And they've taken some decent control, but somehow Forsaken's gotten behind them on the high ground, able to pick up the quick kill on the Mu, and now Drunks is going to fall, and Fortress are going to put up a hell of a defense. Yeah, that worked out very well. They knew exactly what was going to be happening there. And as you mentioned, the fact that Forsaken managed to flank around and pick off Mercy without even needing a hook, just like he did on Y-Rolls there, was pretty special. But Mufu did lose his turret in the process, so he's going to have to try and plant something down here. Throws down the armor, gives everybody that extra health, which Mercy is going to be picking up in the form of Slasher. And of course, defense will hold. No changes on the attack. I think they're more than committed with this one too. Especially when their ultimates come up is where they become extremely powerful.
Direct shot. Oh, Slasher took it to the face.
Anyways, Drunks is doing some still decent damage towards the backside, but the thing is, Rel has gone down. Wyros has fallen as well. They're kind of going in uncoordinated attacks. Yeah. And obviously, you know, at this kind of level of Overwatch, especially now that we're in the round of 32, you need to go in as a team. You need to be able to work together to successfully take the point. And it's now been about 2 minutes of time, and Fortress have basically every ultimate they could ever want up and ready to go. Yeah, just the slow one left for Zaya, Pronic there. So problems. Molten Core is going to certainly be a big one when they come around the side if that turret's going to be set up. You can see just around the side. Oh, he tried to blast himself away with a concussive blast to knock himself higher. He's going to try and flank around the Roadhog. Meanwhile, let's have a switch across to Shadowburn, who is on the point round the backside, gets Harsman down. That's going to be on towards Y-Rolls as well. And, well, it's going to resurrect them, but he's resurrecting straight into rockets. Yeah, he is.
They might have got it.
They're ignoring Shadowburn for the most part, but Ross to come through. He's going to eventually do some decent damage onto himself where Drunks is able to pick up the kill onto him. Move for the Molten Core. I mean, yeah, you have it down, but it's just not enough. Mufu's going to go down, be pushed away. Forsaken is just trying to stall for time. Another team, they will be able to get this point here in just a few seconds. He's just trying to stall. Forsaken, I would imagine, most likely going to be switching. Otherwise, there's no real need to use that ultimate there.
Yeah. So, pretty solid hold. Held for around about a minute and a half there. Not too bad. Delayed the time as long as they could. Generally, you would expect the top teams to be capping out that point in around that time. So could have been better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Could always be better. But anyways, Pronic has Graviton Surge up. The thing is, they committed basically every ultimate they had into that last fight, which eventually didn't even work out for him as other team was able to capitalize on it. Now, Y-Roz, it comes down to his Earth Shatter. The problem is, he's not pushed up for his team. He's not given the shield to hide behind if they need. He doesn't have the Earth Shatter to completely wipe them out. And Drunks got pulled out of the sky, and well, he's dead. Yeah, that was not ideal. They were trying to get that flanking maneuver around the side there, as you tend to flank when it goes around the side. But it didn't quite work out for them. You can see the Pharaoh there trying to get in the top. That's gone a little too deep there. How did he get away with that? Husband probably should have punished him a bit more there. As it is, they got away with it, and they're going to have to back away and hold them. That, I feel, should have been a death, at least for Shadowburn there. Clanton's going to have his ulti available. You can see Pronic's been sat on his ulti, ready and waiting to go as well. So this next push probably will be delayed if this Graviton Surge works well. He's actually behind them on the high ground with the tactical visor. He's going to complete catch off. He's making Y-Roz turn around to deflect from this one. Y-Roz doesn't even protect anyone. He's just protecting himself, and because of that, the rest of the backline of him should have been taken down. It looks like Fortress, though, didn't push in time, or at least fast enough. Another team were able to survive that.
Graviton Surge still being held, as is Forsaken's whole hog. Sticking to the hog, by the way, was something we didn't expect to see. There we go. Graviton Surge, no, it's just going to hold it. They're going to wait for that shield to come down, and more importantly, they're waiting for Shadowburn to get around the back of Mu. Doesn't manage to pick him off mid-air, but he's completely out of position. What is he doing around there? He's trying to flank with Drunks. They were trying this big flanking maneuver, this stupendous move that would have been epic if it had worked, but it's such a risk. And now, obviously, it resets them for another full minute.
You can't necessarily depend on something like that to win you around or to win you this section, this area. But here we go. The tactical visors are being used. Outerella trying to charge through. Sound barrier and not coming anytime soon. Lufu doesn't actually have it available here, but Drunks is able to provide some decent cover. He needs to take Shadowburn down in the air if they want to have a real chance of pushing through. And Shadowburn, he has a barrage available, but he didn't want to use the Graviton Surge because he didn't need it.
Instantly rezzed out, though. Is it going to be enough? Relis already made the switch, so he would have been revived in that, but instead switched away, so he won't be available. Wyros totally charging out the hell out of there, so again, another delay. 30 seconds continues, that clock ticking away. They're still yet to reach that second phase.
And Shadowburn, the barrage here is going to be just absolutely stupendous. It's going to be so demoralizing for other team when he uses, if he hits it correctly. But the thing is, I've been playing against Shadowburn in ranked, and he's absolutely wrecking me every time. Me and everyone else on the team.
He's quite high, isn't he? I think he's in the high 70s, yeah. But Slasher's up around about 74 as well, I know that.
How?
I'm just
getting carried much?
not saying anything. Uh-oh, Forsaken around the backside. Oh, he missed the hook. He missed the hook. He tried to hook Mercy in and around the side there. It wouldn't quite work out. And he's got the whole hog available. Is he going to even bother using it because he knows he's going to get battered down here? And that's a big, big mistake, I feel, from the defensive side. Fortress, they just got wiped off the point. That's going to give the checkpoint over. And, well, they've got a lot of ultis available, but just were completely mispositioned there.
Yeah. It was a big risk out of them, too, to kind of hold in a spot like that. But, that's what Lucio does so well. He catches the other team off guard because of the speed boost he can give to his entire team. Cyber going to be used defensively in the beginning. Drunk's coming in from the back. Has he been spotted? Yes, he has. Yeah. Shadowburn's been able to notice him, and Drunk's without his Mercy is trying to play careful.
How's he not landing the shots on Mercy there? Yeah, he was drifting slowly through the air. Didn't want to use his ulti because the rest of his team had already wiped, so it was a wise move to not do that. Let's have a switch across to the Harsman to see how he's handling this one. I mean, they got delayed for around about 2 minutes on that second checkpoint, so it's given them a fairly short amount of time here, just the 2 minutes 20 to complete this, and they've got it stuck in that awkward dogleg position. It's that really awkward spot at the moment because it gives them the foreground onto defense there. And you can see that making use of it well. Shadowburn, they can just use this position to pop in, pop out.
Mood just killed Mufu. That's actually a pretty big kill. And now Harspin's going to be pushing back in. They have the Graviton Surge. It's going to pull them all. Where's Drunks to actually wipe them out? Shadowburn forced uses defensively. Drunks picks up Slasher. There's no revive coming through. They can finish off the back of this push alone.
Well, Forsaken just hanging on, but as you said, they can pull off this attack. That's going to be the big Resurrect coming through. I think it was a 5-man Resurrect there. Let's spin across the Harspin because the rest of the team have been forced away. You can already see Drunks. He's practically keeping them in the spawn. They were going to come pushing around the side. Is it going to be enough? They have to deal with this flying Shadowburn. Does manage to get himself one kill in there. Spin across to him as the gravity surge is used. Drunks getting himself down the rockets. Didn't really get a great deal of kills. Only got the one in there, but you can see they're still keeping the site cleared, and I think they may well have just hold on. If they can deal with Wyros, they will, and they hold just about, because look at that. It was so close to finishing the game right there.
Yeah, sub 2 meters. They almost finished that one off here. And if they have one more good push like that, that's going to be the game. The thing is, Mu, he had to commit his revive there to have enough men to contest, and Fortress came back in. But they killed Fortress basically all at once. They weren't able to stagger any spawns, and because of that, they're all going to push out at the same time. And it makes it extremely difficult for you to actually pick off anyone before they come in with Forsaken.
He's flanked.
He's not been spotted.
Yeah.
This is going to be dead. Who does he want first?
He wants the Mercy, but he's going to settle for a Lucio. Gets Fission down. Can he get himself a Soldier 76 as well? Oh, the reload. Oh, he manages to still finish it off. The rest of his team push in. Beautifully executed defense with 35 seconds to go.
It's the final attack now.
They've got to deal with him this time. They've got to know there. But the thing is, it's the time. It's the time to deal with the flanking Reaper.
Didn't have the time to even check it.
He's going to have his ulti next time they push in.
Oh, Harson's coming around. I think Forsaken's doing a good job of actually hiding for the most part. Shadowburn's still picking up kills. The Force user revive as Drunks gets picked back up, and Forsaken jumps straight on top of them with the sound barrier. Getting damage and by Slasher too, but he goes down. It doesn't matter. Now Mu, he already used his revive to get any teammates back alive. He's not going to have Fission back up anytime soon. Slasher's still sitting on his as long as he can just not be taken out anytime soon. And that should be it. There should be other team not being able to push this one down.
Slashes use his Resurrect. Is it going to be enough to keep them at bay? I think it might well be. Switching across the Moo. They're just trying to keep them off the site, keep them away from that payload, because obviously they've got to stick around there to keep that overtime ticking. Shadowburn doing some serious work here on the defense, keeping them away. I think Rella's going to get taken down. He will do, and that will be the final kill on Wyros. Nobody can get to the payload, and Fortress hang on the defensive round. Only just though, 2 meters away from finishing the game, their other team. But Fortress hold out. We should confirm, actually, make it clear. We see 0-2 in game. That does not matter in this. All Fortress have to do is complete the map and they win the map. It'll be 1-0. It's a best of 3. And of course, that means it would be other teams' map choice if they were the losers. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because that was very close from other team. They almost completed it. Can they hold on their own defense?
It's going to be tough, I think. I think Shadowburn, as Drunks has felt it, and this entire other team, as they call themselves, have felt it, that Shadowburn's just a better Pharah at the moment. He's just been able to hit a lot of these shots. He's positioned himself extremely well. Him and Forsaken together have been having some phenomenal positioning in general. But other team needs some sort of answer to him. Drunks now switching away from the Pharah to play Roadhog, which is his most played hero, if I'm not mistaken, at least at the moment. But they don't have anything to deal with a Pharah in the air, or even a Widowmaker. So they have to be very careful what their last pick's going to be. It's probably going to be a soldier. It's got to be a soldier. Unless they want to go for like a Genji. Junkrat's not going to offer you too much against this Pharah. Junkrat's not going to do much when you know they have such a damn good Pharah.
But, I mean, that's what they've got.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like, I'm not saying the best player, but they know that he's been this good, so they're hoping that Drunks hits the pull on a Shadowburn. They're basically throwing all their money at this one play.
Risky stuff. 15 seconds to go. Defensive side is the red team this time. It is other team, and it's going to be Drunks on the Hog. Wyros, of course, once again on Reinhardt. Harspen, as you mentioned, could have gone with something different, went with a Junkrat. We'll see if it works out for him. Moo on Mercy. Fission is going to be on Lucio, and Rella is on the Farah. On the attacking side, Pronic is going to be starting out on Zaya. Clanton, let's see if he can land some of those Widowmaker shots. We haven't seen a Widowmaker in a while can land those shots. He's going to switch it already. The Soldier just wanted to see if he could get that opening pick.
It's the
Mufu, double Zaya coming out here. So both of them, so they're just sticking with Slasher. Slasher's the only Mercy here. They're not sticking with the Lucio. Instead, Shadowburn, as you mentioned, caused so many problems on this Farah. And of course, Forsaken will be on the Winston.
It's the triple tank setup that's going to be so deadly. Yeah, they don't have a lot of healing, but they have Clanton who can heal himself. They got Slasher who can heal everyone else, not to mention regen.
And all those shields.
Yeah, not to mention those shields are going to be extremely hard to push through, and not to mention
they've got nothing to deal with them.
They don't need to actually commit any Zarya ultimates until a little bit later on. They don't necessarily need it to push this one down. That's going to be the first kill. Rella getting caught out, and Shadowburn's going to continue to push through. Look how high in the air he is. He hasn't been pulled out just yet because Drunks, I don't think, has been able to hit the shot.
Shielded, Shadow, damage boosted, already got that ulti ready and waiting to go.
Wow.
And that was perfectly executed.
That shield, that position, he threw it in the air to actually protect Shadowburn.
That was beautiful.
Instead of using Zarya, they're like, hey, I'm a Winston, I'm helping.
I'm helping. That was beautiful. That was beautiful to watch. The question is, did it get the point? And I don't think it did. I don't think it did at all. So while it looked fantastic, they did manage to get a multi-kill, it didn't hold and capture the point. So they didn't really have a lot of follow-up. That's the main issue there. But Shadowburn, well, is already back to 45%.
They don't have much
ulti. More importantly, we're going to have double Zaya ulti coming up in a moment.
Yep. I mean, that should ideally be what wins on the point. The thing is, they don't have the sustain the other team has. Wow. Okay.
It's going to delay a little bit.
A lot. They're going to pick up these skills, too, to delay the spawns a little bit more. But no, so having the sustain out of a Lucio compared to no sustain out of Fortress, yeah, you're really tanky, but you can't outlast the other team unless your Zaryas get charged up, which should ideally be possible, especially when you're against a Junkrat.
Let's see if... I was going to say, this is what you were talking about. Drunks, obviously, everything on Drunks to pick that Farah out of the air. If you can do it, it can work. You just saw how much it delayed them there, getting the Mercy down as well. If it doesn't work, which is going to try the flanking move instead, it doesn't want Mufu. There's going to be the Farah getting the damage down, but Rella switched to that Soldier 76, worked well, did the job, and that's going to keep them away. 1 minute 40. This attack is not working. They need to start thinking of switching it up.
They got the double Graviton Surge, just waiting for the opportunity to use it. Shadowburn uses ultimate just there prior. It accomplished nothing. I don't know why he necessarily used it at that position. He didn't get a single kill. Rella did pick up him. They had 2 Graviton Surges to work with. But luckily for them, since it's not based off time, They use one Graviton Surge here, a Forsaken and Shadowburn pairing in for some AoE damage. Then they use a second one in the next alley, then they just made up like another 4 minutes of time. So it is still very possible for them to pull this one off.
Shadowburn taking a lot of damage in the air. They're going to try and flank around again. Ultimate still a long way off, trying to go the damage. As you see, there's going to be the ultimate coming out from Rella, though. That's going to burp them down. You can see the Graviton Surges coming in, but it doesn't matter when Rella's putting so much damage down. And that attack once again nullified completely by the other team. The Junkrat ultimate's going to go out, and they have been decimated. Where's he going with this? Nowhere.
Just going to hold up. Spawn.
Yeah, just 44 seconds. It's still plenty of time. Still totally doable.
So Moo, if Moo doesn't die, that should almost guarantee their victory here on this first point. Clanton is behind them, though.
So the double Zaya have been switched away. As you say, Clanton around the back, but doesn't get the kill. That's the danger. That's the problem when you're playing a Soldier 76. You don't have that burst, and if you don't manage to land that instant rockets and shots to the head, you don't get that burst kill. And you can see it hasn't worked out for them. But Slasher, look at this. Slasher and Shadowburn, they've got the flank around the side this time. Slasher's got himself in a great position. Shadowburn around the back. Got to be avoid getting hooked out by Drugs. Does finally get the kill out. That's going to be the Junkrat going down, and that will be the point captured out at last.
All right, so it took them a hell of a lot of time, but they still have 3 minutes left to work with. They do not have any Graviton Surges because Mufu did switch back over to the Lucio, so they went for the sustain comp a little bit more. So going for the double Zarya. They don't have triple tank either anymore. They just have one tank because they really want to be able to duel out in this tight area. Forsaken, if he's not been spotted out, he's going to punish the hell out of him. Oh, he's going to be spotted now. Okay.
Give his position away, more just distract than anything. Payload working well. Shadowburn continuing to cause problems. He really has been the thorn in their side so far, with Slasher keeping that boosting damage going. Can't give all the credit to Shadowburn while he is obviously the man landing those shots. Mercy doing a good job at keeping that position. But look at this, Shadowburn, he's got his ulti available, he's going to try and get it down. Doesn't really get a great deal of damage down. Did manage to take the shield of Wyros out, but it forces them back once again.
Trunks killed Prodic, but Trunks is still alive in towards the backside. He's being focused down. Will eventually fall to Forsaken, but the entire other team is charging straight for the help of Lucio. There's still Slasher actually inside that building towards the left, not being dealt with. He hasn't been killed. He only gets a revive, I believe, onto one. But it doesn't matter, because now other team are falling one by one.
I couldn't switch to anyone who was doing the killing there. Every time I switched to someone, they'd run out the building. But either way, my bad spectating besides. Clanton does have his ulti available now, and is continuing to force them back. And of course, this is going to be the second checkpoint that they almost certainly are going to hit now, with 1:30 on the clock. Still not a great deal of time. That's going to, of course, going to get boosted up as soon as they hit this checkpoint. So they will have around about 3 minutes to close out the game.
That's good back away, actually. Realized that they were Lucio speeding in. They're going to punish them for this one. Been able to turn around with the help of the Tactical Visor. They very well could. I mean, they're going to get the checkpoint off for this. They still have 3 minutes left to work with, and in terms of distance, they basically have to finish the game anyways. It's not like they all have to get a couple of meters further. No, they have to basically finish because of how close it already is. It's 70 meters towards the end, and 68.44 is where other team got.
So they have Forsaken with his Death Blossom available. Slasher has the Resurrect available, but Harspan's not too far away, getting that big Graviton Surge available for Zaya. So that could be vital as they start to push around this corner. Keep your eyes on that. Harspan could well be vital. Where's he going to land it? That's the question. Where's the best target? Where's the best focus? You'd assume the big fat tank and support around the side, but there's the counter. That's what they didn't want to have. They get pulled into it themselves, and that is a disaster. Shadowburn picks himself up a triple. Clanton gets the one. There's the big Resurrect coming in as well from Slasher. The entire team, all 6 members, push the point in, and that surely will be game.
They don't even rush onto the point. They don't have the Tracers, and there you go. Fortress securing the first round here in this best of 3. It's not out for other team. They get to actually choose the next map out of the remaining 5. We've got Dorado, Hollywood, Hanamura, Nepal, and Gibraltar. So I'm assuming they're going to stay away from Nepal, which is a game mode that Fortress and Anox are relatively good on with the TDM type of style. I'm assuming we're going to another payload, though. I would assume we're going to probably Dorado or Hollywood.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Dorado. Cracking play. Cracking play. Now, they were, what, 10, 20 seconds away from losing that game. And we've seen it so often, actually, when it gets so close to that, just capturing that payload and then just constantly plowing through, and teams just lose that momentum. They're like, I don't know whether it's like a mental barrier that just falls. It's like, oh, we almost had them. And then it's like, oh, guys, reform, regroup, redefend. They were holding very aggressive, like you said, and once they got caught around that side, we were like, well, they could just push and win, and sure as hell they did.
Like the second checkpoint was, I think, the tipping point, because they rushed him, right? But I think Mufu Salt in time popped his speed boost. They were able to back away without getting caught, and then able to turn on them with Tactical Visor and Shatterburn, hit landing rockets. And like that was like well, we just committed a lot to that push. It didn't work. Then we got caught out in spawns coming into the second push. Yeah, the snowball effect. It's a little bit too true. So let's see if they can come back into the second map.
Just waiting to see what it's going to be. It is going to be, of course, the choice. Let's see. Obviously, they're having a big decision about this one. We reckon Dorado, because that's what we've seen other team on before.
Dorado or Hollywood. But I don't know if Drunks feels confident enough to play fair anymore against Shadowburn.
Yeah, he did very well.
He could play Widowmaker. He's still a decent Widowmaker. I know that. But do they want to challenge out? They don't want to go to Nepal. I don't think they want to go to Hanamura either. It's got to be Hollywood or Dorado. Like obviously, those are only the two choices left, but can't be wrong. Actually, there's Gibraltar in there too.
Could be Nepal and totally throw us off.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna go for something like that. I don't think so.
I wouldn't play against former Quake players on it.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, Battlefield players, not bad. They're all used to close quarter combat as well. Not quite the same Battlefield versus Quake. I mean, could I even make that?
Are you comparing those two esports?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. But it would be nice to see them take down Slasher. Because you know how big his head's going to grow if he starts to, if he qualifies.
Well, so they played in the PAX tournament. Him and Clamp, Hollywood, okay. Him, Clamp, Flame, Clockwork, I think it was. And then someone else. I can't remember off the top of my head. They played in PAX, but let's just say they had to use a ringer for one of the days because they didn't have like a pass for one of the people that signed up. And then the next day, two of their players were missing. So they had to forfeit because they couldn't put in new
Those after parties, man. Those after parties.
They were extremely tardy to that one.
Yes.
So then they had to forfeit. But no, yeah, I think you're right. He'll definitely get a big head if they do win.
Yeah. But it'd be cool to see. It'd be cool to see. Even the old guys can still keep their skills going. Gives me hope.
I mean, he's playing support. He's playing Mercy. It's not like you need good aim with Mercy.
You got to get good positioning, though.
Yeah, I mean, but reflexes don't dictate positioning, though.
No, but it's game mechanics.
Yeah.
Knowing the positioning on the map where you need to be at what time. I mean, I reckon I could follow Shadowburn around the map myself.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's like, I'm pressing left shift, boys.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got again.
And spacebar. You gotta hold space. Gotta hold spacebar.
Gotta hold the spacebar. Gotta hold the spacebar. That's true.
Okay, so it looks like we'll have on the defense Fortress. On the attack, it will be other teams. We'll drop you straight in.
Yes.
So this game kicks off.
Hollywood. So we saw a successful defense both times. Well, almost both times on this one between B-Fly and Northern Gaming Blue. Obviously, both capped it, but yes, they held it. They held it just before they got into the green screens. Oh, damn it. I can't go through the wall, can I? So used to going through, flying through objects in other games with no clip, but it's all good. Straight back to the start. Wow. Invisible wall. Did not know that one existed. I can go over. No, I can't. I can't actually go over there. Today I learned there is an invisible wall up there. All good. Anyway, my map experience aside, let's have a look at what they got. So, Shadowburn. Well, what a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. He is on fire. He knows exactly where he can fly over. Slasher switching over to Mercy once again. Pronic's going to be on the Zaya again. Mufu also setting up. We saw him on the defensive start on King's Row. Going to be playing on this Tiopion again. Forsaken also keeping his Road Rage spray going on the Hog. And Clanton sticking with Soldier 76. You know what? It worked. Why change it?
Yeah, Soldiers, he's ridiculously strong. The McCree's being nerfed, double Soldier's a very common thing. And Soldier in general has always been actually really good for sustained damage. So, Drunks, not going to be playing fair, but Heartspin will. So, Drunks looking for the hooks. No other real main tank besides him. I guess Wyraz is getting included into this, but they're not running a Reinhardt. And it does get an early hook, and that's Pronic going down. The speed that they're attacking with would allow Mufu to actually not get any charges or get any armor packs down for his team. They have to be really careful to hold on.
Dangerous there for Clanton as well. You can see those rockets coming in towards him. Does manage to avoid them. Gets a good headshot onto Harsman as well. Dinks him right low there. Shadowburn around the side. Needs some serious help as the rest of the team gather up here. They did manage to take Pronic down early on, but Pronic's back. The respawn is a long distance away, and already Clanton trying to reposition himself. So, Shadowburn's been picked off.
Oh, wow.
Is that enough?
They rotated around too because Forsaken got a kill onto, I believe it was Moo. So like, all right, let's rotate around and rush him down. They're able to do that with Shadowburn dead, and them having no revive or teleporter. It gives them so much extra time to work with here. The hook again out of Drunks, it lands, it works. They pick up another kill, and they're on the point here. Shadowburn's on his way back to hurry as quick as he possibly can, as Pronic now is trying to do something.
Nice.
But again, a hook lands, they get a kill, and they keep this momentum going.
So Drunks, the switch, the change, it worked out nicely. And Rella's also going to have his ulti available. Look at Harsman though. The change has seemed to have worked. Harsman's picking up multiple kills on that attack.
To be fair,
so point captured out.
To be fair though, it's not Harsman picking up the kills up against Shadowburn, it's Drunks getting them because of the hooks. Yeah. So I'll give him that at least. Maybe Judge is just more confident on his Roadhog than Harsman would be. So that would explain the change. Maybe it's not, you know, Drunks doesn't feel like he can't beat Shadowburn, but they feel like they can control the game better with the Roadhog against Shadowburn.
Very good push. I mean, the best part is that, like you say, they were getting the picks. That's the main part of this. Picking off 1, 2, 3 people, it forces everyone to back away, and as soon as you lose, 2 members on site, you're generally not going to hold it much longer. Trying his best, Rella, to pick off, holding on to a lot of ultis here. Everybody on the team, apart from Wyros, has their ulti available. There's also 3 ultis available on Fortress as well, so this payload pushing uncontested, despite the fact they're trying their best to hold the high ground. The hook not going to get through that shield this time around. They're going to have to make their push.
And now Raylo popping the tactical visor, looking for that Mercy, looking for Slasher, pops him out of the sky, looking for Shadowburn. Shadowburn will pick up the kill into him. Thing is, now they don't have revive. Other team does. Moo's going to use it, and the Resurrection is going to prove to at least get the entire enemy, or the entire team of other team back up and running. As you're seeing, Mufu just try to stall for some time, but it's not going to do too much. They're going to be able to snowball this fight and push towards this next checkpoint. I don't think they're going to get it just yet. Fortress will have another chance for an attack here, unless Drunks can continue to push them back like he is.
Yeah, keeping them at bay, and around the side there will get shielded out. So Payload reaching the second checkpoint just as they all come around the side. Oh, this could be critical, you know. They're making this push. If this backfires, it's going to give them so much ground around the side there. Drunks popping the whole hog, mowing them down, gets himself the double in there. Was it enough? That's the question. A spin across the Harsman. He's up above them. He will get finally picked off. Now, Payload did reach, but that was very ballsy defensive work. Shadowburn switching over to Genji.
Actually, no, it didn't. They didn't get it.
Did they not reach it?
Nope. Just shy. Just barely shy. I was looking too. I was like, do they actually cap it? But no, because the way the spawns are set up right now for Fortress, they haven't actually been able to. Forsaken picks up 2 kills. Has the Earth Shadow now available. Another team was on such a good steam. A little skip under their foot as they're pushing through, but Harsman needs to get his barrage available if they want to combo with Wyros correctly, and Drunks gets a little bit too aggressive. Actually, his team was nowhere near him. I'm not sure.
Not sure what he was doing there, yeah.
Exactly.
A little too aggressive, maybe trying to carry that momentum a little too much, and they were set up in a good position, ready to receive. Harsman, who's been doing very well here, takes a couple of shots to the face, has to reposition himself, gets around the side there. Got to be careful nobody picks him off and quickly blasts himself away. So, regroup, re-click their thoughts. Ultimate almost available, which is what they're waiting for.
Oh,
but this Genji change, is it going to be successful? We'll see, because ulti is available for Shadowburn.
It's Shadowburn. He's an amazing Genji. You're going to see why right here. Moo, he's going to survive for a couple of seconds.
Wow. Oh, he's lived.
What Shadowburn? That was like the easiest kills you could have ever had or ever asked for. The revive's going to be there out of Slasher, but it only gets 1 person up. Shadowburn, Mufu, and Clanton are all still dead.
Well, that backfired quite horribly. Forsaken does manage to get himself the charge. Graviton Surge, no follow-up. No follow-up for it at all because everybody else is dead. And now the payload will finally reach its marker, which it should have been quite a while ago. Yeah, you've got to wonder. You've got to wonder, haven't you? That was the amount of times you've seen Shadowburn do that, make those plays. He just couldn't get the kill on Moo, which didn't give him the reset, which means he couldn't get the second charge. And
when you don't have charge up for Genji, you're pretty much useless, especially with your sword out. So that could have actually cost him maybe the map here if other team can keep this pace going. Wyros still has Graviton Surge up. Harsman only 50% though. You can still pair Graviton Surge with Whole Hog. It still does an insane amount of damage, and a Roadhog is more likely to survive any damage thrown his way over a Pharah. But he can still Drunks. He's still trying to get a pick here towards the side.
Wyros with that ulti available. Where's he going to use it? He's just going to try and burn down that shield, force him away, force the Reinhardt out the side, managed to catch a glimpse, but get pinned. That shield just about holds him, and he's just keeping the Mercy out of this one now. Shadowburn, though, has managed to get in with the ulti once again. There's going to be his ulti, the Graviton Surge mixed with the whole hog, working beautifully there. Is it going to be enough? You can see it's Shadowburn. That's the only man available, and he's just sticking around the side. He can't get involved. He's going to try and contest it, but it doesn't matter. Rella pops his tactical visor, and that will be the game. Or well, at least there's certainly the closeout from other team. Now, Fortress, the gauntlet has been slapped down, thrown in their face. You've got to question that little one ulti. You can't question it. I mean, it simply was. They didn't get the kill on the Mercy. Cost them.
Thing is, okay, so it's not that big of a loss for them in the long run, because if they finish here, they win.
Yes.
Because it'll be a 2-1.
Yeah.
Even though it's a tie on the map. So that's all they have to do. Finish the map, they win. Yep. If they tie here, Fortress will be up 2-1, and it ends at a team having 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Assuming it's not a 2-2. Yep. So if they finish, that's all they have to worry about. Like, it didn't really matter that they ended up not holding the other team, but other team had to finish to at least have a chance to go to a third map. That's the key point for them. So now Fortress just have to finish the game, and then they will be able to go through into the next round against Pretz.
Let's see. Pretz are awaiting the winner, who've been fairly successful throughout the GoForce series. But you've got to feel that whoever goes through from this one may actually be a favorite against them. I don't know. Fortress, pressure on them to finish off. It was a quick cap on the opening point by other team. Didn't really mess around at all. Once they managed to get those picks, like you say, Drunks landing the hooks through the air, but they've chose to stick with it with pretty much the same build they had. Same team composition. Fission on the Lucio. Wyros on the Zaya. Mu is going to be on the Mercy. Rella once again on Soldier 76. Harspan is on Farah, and Drunks looking to pluck them out of the air on the Roadhog.
Smart
Just
use,
looking
though.
across to see whether Clanton's going to stick with us. I think he's going to try and get a pick and then switch, maybe.
He knows that they don't run Reinhardt, so there's no reason for him to even switch off it, I believe. As long as they're in line of sight of him, it will be very stupid for other team to actually give him the opportunity to hit shots, and then they have to back up, then he can push up more and constantly force them back into spots that they really don't want to be in, or spots they don't want to hold from. So continue to push up. You point out the double Zarya, which is going to be key for Shadowburn to actually get ultimates off, and Clancy, you can see being thrown into the air. Oh no! He went too far!
And he got away with it. That
Oh,
was
my
lucky.
Lord.
They tried to chase him. They tried to catch him out. Like you say, it's the hook, the spacebar. Try and get yourself that air time. And now he's going to use the tree instead. He's like, nope, not going to use that building again.
I mean, it wouldn't have cost him the game, but that's not how you would have started things off.
No, absolutely not. Especially when he's building up so much damage. But slow and steady wins the race, apparently. So I'm told. But at the moment, I'm interested to see how this double Zaya is going to work. It almost worked out for them on the first map. Took them the tanky start, as you mentioned, the double support, double tank shield support, effectively, from the Zaya. Worked out well. Clanton gets himself the kill on Rella. Now that it's go time. Shadowburn comes around the side. Doesn't manage to get the kill on Harspan. Harspan, I don't know how he survived that. He managed to live out. Gets himself his own ultimate off. Will get taken down by Clanton, but the damage may well have been done. Shadowburn was picked off. Slasher was taken down. Can they hold?
Oh, Clanton again!
No.
He shuts down Harspan. He takes down Mu before that. He picks up 2 kills, 3 in total on the attack right there. Wyros is eventually going to shut him down, but the damage has been done. I think, though, the other team has enough to hold this point.
Yes, they can. Rella's managed to get himself back there, but it is still very close. Pronic will get picked off around the side. Slasher and Clanton all back in position. Let's switch across. Slasher just keeping his eye on the proceedings. They haven't capped it yet. Drunks is still alive around the side.
He's waiting for the health pack, too, right next to him, which will give him a lot of extra HP if he wants to duel out anyone. Problem is, he's harassed for the side, pulls in Shadowburn.
Oh, nice.
Easy quick kill, has the whole hog, so he can buy even more time. And the Graviton Surge won't accomplish anything. I don't know why it was ever put in that position. That was a little bit of a waste out of Mufu, but Pronic still has it available. Clanton now just hammering away, picks up 3 kills in a row, looking for the 4th. We'll get it. Maybe the 5th on a Wyros, who's going to have to back away and concede this point. And now Fortress will finally be able to move this payload.
I still don't know how Harspan lived through that barrage. Just that box. Just using
it's
the
like the
hitbox.
rocket projectile path. And
yeah.
He channels Enter the Mask and just dodged all the bullets.
Well, it held them off for certainly long enough. I think they can be happy with their defense. Yeah, they won't be too tilted about that. So That just gives them a chance to set themselves a position on the high ground. Clanton sticking on the Widowmaker.
Tactical visor, or not tactical, infrasight is up for him. No reason to not use it, especially if you can get a quick pick.
Oh yes, there we go.
Oh my lord.
Picked off Moo. That could be crucial.
That'll control the entire pace of this position too. And he's going to pick up this kill on Drunks.
Shots,
He's get him extremely low to force them away. He still doesn't use ult. He's finally going to do it, clear out the vision around them, know exactly where they're coming from, and maybe for him, pick off Moo as he runs back into the team. He already sees him coming to the right side.
Doesn't manage to land the shot towards Soldier 76 there. Drunks does get himself the kill on Forsaken, but you heard that, the Resurrect come through. So that will keep them at bay. Pronic and Shadowburn getting themselves 2 quick, quick and easy kills. Resurrect countered. Let's see if it's going to be enough. Does Shadowburn catch out Harspen in the end? No, he doesn't. He does have that big ultimate available, and he has himself a juicy Mercy in his sights, but he doesn't even need it. Catches him down with the help of Clanton, and that is going to be some kills. They should be able to clear the payload off here.
Yep, they should be able to continue the space on. Shadowburn's just sitting on the ultimate, just waiting for the time to use it, and there it is. Finds the right time, picks up 1 kill. Not necessarily the best ultimate, but they want to continue to push his payload right into Drunks' into his grasp, and he will get revived again, but probably just to die. Drunks, please don't die to Slasher. There you go.
Almost. You could tell Slasher was waiting for his highlight video there. His record ready. But, well, a triple Zarya coming out now. I don't know. It seems to be working.
Thing is, the shields... Okay, so Zarya is decent against Roadhog just because you can shield people that get pulled by him and they won't get one-shot. And that's what other teams hoping for, is for Drunks to pull someone and then one-shot him.
And Moo landing those shots. Clanton landing the shots on Moo constantly. Farah got to be careful. Husband picked off as well. This is the danger. Soldier 76 going to pop his ulti. That's Rella trying to work it down around the side there. Will get himself the kill on Shadowburn, but not before they manage to take Drunks down. And look at that. The beams coming at you, working them down. Mufu, Forsaken, and Pronic all working down with their Zaryas, stacking them out.
Yeah, they could use some Reapers in here, definitely, to help deal with that. They also need like maybe a Genji to deal with Clanton. In the back, who again is just not being harassed too much. Grouch is going to come in just to hold them away from spawn, or to actually push in. Shadowburn picks up 3, but Moo does have revive.
Oh, and he's going to get the Resurrect in there. Shadowburn going to be a little upset with that. I think he felt he could have probably caught Moo in the air there. Does manage to catch him this time around. There we go. That's what he was looking for. But you know what? Damage done. Resurrect came through. Let's have a look towards Rella. They have managed to keep this payload at bay. Remember, on the opposite side, Fortress managed to stick out this point for a fair period of time. Now we have 1:38 on the clock as they force these Zaryas away. The biggest thing with Zarya, while obviously you have a lot of shields in there, doesn't do the greatest of damage overall, so they're kind of lacking as a whole. If you could deal with Shadowburn and Clanton, you should be able to clear them out.
Well, they still have Slasher with his revive available. See, the other team, I mean, they have, what, a minute 15 left to stall with? Ho-Hogs to be very crucial. That paired with Wyros. The thing is, I think they're going to stay so spread out, there's not going to have a good opportunity to even pull them together, and Harspen has to be careful to not actually get taken down by Shadowburn 1v1.
Oh, right in their faces. Is it going to be enough? Shadowburn, oh, he's on nothing and he lives. Shadowburn should have been taken down there, but didn't quite get picked off. Now, are they going to be able to catch them on towards it? There's going to be the gravity surge. There's going to be the barrage coming down on towards Drunks, Fission, Moo. Everybody pulled in, and that almost certainly could be enough. But there's the Resurrect. Are they going to be able to return the favor?
Harspen still somehow surviving this one. Pops the barrage. Is able to get 2 kills before being taken out by Shadowburn, but now Rella's the one to deal with Shadowburn in the air, takes him out, plucks him out of the sky, and the payload hasn't moved. Fortress are struggling here with only 20 seconds to go.
Well, that was surely the moment. That Resurrect was so key from Moo. Moo, you saw him diving in there. He died instantly straight afterwards, got pulled into the gravity surge, but managed to get the Resurrect off. And of course, we're going to see Sound Barrier available from Fission as well. I haven't really talked about Fission much. He's just been quietly in the background doing his job, but this certainly will tie things up. Fortress winning out on King's Row. It seems that the other team will be taking victory here. Now, Payload, they're going to be on it. Is it going to be enough to hold them at bay? Let's have a quick look across. Shadowburn has made that change. He was playing an absolute magnificent Farah, but now he switches to the Genji. The Graviton Surge pulls them in. Only gets himself 1, gets himself a 2nd, switches onto Wyros. Clanton cleaning up here on his Widowmaker, but they have to keep that payload moving, and I think they're going to hit the checkpoint.
Yeah, they definitely will here. Drunk's the last one alive, and he's quickly disposed of. So now they have 2 minutes left to finish off this game. If they complete, they'll move into the round of 16, the round of 16. for one more game against Pretz to play against tomorrow, or to play tomorrow for a chance to qualify. He's into the playoff section. Clanton still sticking with the Widowmaker practically the entire time here. Can't shoot through walls, man.
Just use the ulti, yeah. You never know. You never know when they're coming around the side. Every shot you don't fire...
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
There we go. Just really messed that one up completely. But it's all good. It's all good. Because everyone knew what I meant. And what maybe lost them the map in the first half could win them the second. Look at Shadowburn. Back on Genji. Back with Dragonblade available. Could be crucial. Paired with Mufu's Graviton Surge. He's going to find a big hog around there. Didn't fancy going too close to him. But here we go. This is going to be Rella popping his ult.
He's got to back away too. Shadowburn's trying to get around the corner. Mufu, though, getting caught out a little bit. He's actually able to be shielded up by his teammate Pronic, who's going to pay the price for that one. Slasher's now down, and Rella's looking for the chase to force them back. 50 seconds to go. We're into basically the final attack, but where's Shadowburn? Did he just back completely towards spawn? Okay, yes, he did. I was expecting maybe he got a little bit sneaky, got behind them still somehow. But his ult, like I said, paired with Mufu, if they can combo this correctly, this could be them taking the series.
So Forsaken switched over to the Far instead of Shadowburn. Obviously, he was on Zarya previously when they had the triple Zarya comp. They're going to try and flank this time around, trying to get around the side. Shadowburn is going to pop his ultimate. Let's have a look, see if he manages to get one. He gets Fission down. Shadowburn gets himself a second on towards Mu as well. Harspan's going to get picked off. That payload is moving. There's going to be the barrage coming through as well from Forsaken. Is that enough? I don't think they can get out in time to challenge it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fortress, by hook and by crook, do manage to make their way through. So close there, because they were on overtime in the Wild West section. Managed to get in with just 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all they had to close it out. And my word, they do it. They do it, ladies and gentlemen. Lobby, they're saying.
If the teams realize the game's over.
So we got confirmation on that from the admin.
Let me get confirmation. 100% confirmation.
Okay, I'm going to type that.
Because as far as I can tell, from what was explained to us before, the game should be over.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. We're just waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. So what can we talk about while we're waiting? We can talk about the fact that Fortress almost lost that game. Harspan put up a great performance switching across, obviously, to the Farah, working out Drunks, landing the hooks, landing those hooks. But we have to mention Clanton. Clanton on Widowmaker, who hasn't really been in favor from a lot of teams since that change. Obviously, you got to land those headshots, and boy, was he landing those headshots. They were magnificent. So we're just awaiting.
I'm pretty sure it's over. I'm pretty sure it's over.
I thought it was third map myself. I thought it was third map.
Well, just waiting on the admins to respawn. Because I said, if it's 2-1 in a best of 3, it's over. If it's first team to 2 points, unless it's a tie 2-2.
Well,
any second now.
Dead air. Dead air is always wonderful.
No, we can talk about.
What can we talk about? We could talk about how hot it's getting in the studio.
We could talk about people don't know what we're wearing under the desk, or what we're not wearing under the desk.
It's jeans. Don't worry, boys.
For you, it is.
No, actually, yeah, you're in shorts, aren't you? What type of shorts? That's the question.
I don't think we need to answer that question.
Twitch chat.
Be clarified. Tomorrow, obviously, there's a tie in game 1 or 2. There'll be okay, so
I think it's third map myself.
So apparently there will be a third map.
Good. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay, third map. So who's going to be choosing it?
The loser of the map. There's a tie. Coin flip. Coin flip time!
Coin
That's
flip.
Fortress.
Woo! Fortress, call, heads or tails.
So basically now into the third map, it's a payload map. If Fortress finish, it's over. Because there's no possible way.
Yes, so Slash is called heads. Flipping,
Heads.
heads.
So I get to choose map.
Heads it is. choose map. That's the first person to actually win the coin flip. We're gonna.
No.
Have, we're gonna. I'm bringing.
First one did.
I'm bringing a gigantic coin with me.
Please do.
Tomorrow.
Please do.
One of those big chocolate coins. It would just melt away.
Yeah, but then we get a nice little snack.
Casper not here, by the way. How would coin toss work? Well, you do it between. You'd ask an admin to do it. Coin flip should be a game mode. Best of 7 coin flip. Don't joke. DreamHack did it. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, they're discussing what map it's going to be. Just waiting for the Fortress guys to decide. What do you think? What do you think it's going to be? Are we going to stick with the payload? Do we think
Nepal.
Do you think we're going to go to Nepal? I was thinking that.
If they go to Nepal, then it doesn't matter who gets a point, as long as if they win the map, it's over. I think they're safe. They're safer doing a payload map.
Dorado.
Yeah, they're safer doing a payload map because all they have to do is finish. It doesn't matter. They don't have to win. They just have to finish. And it's over. So there's no point in doing a King of the Hill map for them.
Yes, because they'll end technically.
Yeah,
3-2.
Because at minimum's a tie, and then it'll be up 3-2. Yeah. So
Less
if they were smart,
less risk on a payload.
If they were smart, they would choose payload.
Yeah.
Because on King of the Hill, they have to win the whole thing to go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a tie, and there's another one.
All right.
What do they choose?
Dorado.
Yeah. Okay. Smart. Smart.
Dorado.
Okay. Going back in the game.
3 fantastic maps, by the way. Kings Row, Hollywood, Dorado. I'd be very happy if I was playing tonight. Not that I'm at this level.
You're going to go home and play it, right?
Yeah.
You're going to go home, play all night, come back tomorrow with no sleep, and do it again.
That's it. And now I'll just be completely delirious on air tomorrow. That would be entertaining, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah. All right, let's drop in a game. Let's get this one over with, because we still have another game to come. Winner of this plays against Pretz for a chance to go on to tomorrow. So, Dorado it is. Yeah, one more to go.
The action
Not out of the woods just yet.
Hotting up, ladies and gentlemen. The action is hotting up, as is the caster room. So, this was, I was told the fanfic of Jungrat and, who was it? Jungrat, whoever's meant to be dogging out of this?
Roadhog.
Jungrat and Roadhog, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Are the ones that made this hole. So, nobody wants to use it.
Okay, so since other teams attacking first, if they don't finish, it's over.
Rella, yes. What? Yes, of course it will be. Oh, Fission says he's lagging. Hold on, he's going to try and fix it. So, might jump back into lobby. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. Because Fission's just lagging up. He's just trying to see if he can fix it. He's got the beats going. That's the important part. Let's have a look at the defensive setup here. What's Pronic going to do? Because Pronic hasn't spawned yet. We kick for AFK in a minute. Pronic will be.
Oh, that's dirty.
There we go.
That's dirty.
A lot of football.
No, it works. If they get hit by the football, they get trapped.
So he's going to launch the football.
Oh, he's going to go straight. Oh, don't tell me he's going to straight at him.
Well, I mean, it's...
Okay, they're pushing it for him.
Oh, no, Slasher! You had one job! One job to do, and he pushed it around the side. Okay, they've gone with Forsaken on Junkrat. You can see Mufu sticking on that Symmetra. We'll keep our eyes on the turrets to see exactly where he's going to place him up there. There's big giant balls of death going through. Pronic is on Reinhardt. This time around, Slasher, of course, on Mercy once again. Shadowburn is back, this time on the Genji, and Clanton on the Roadhog. Drunks on the Roadhog himself. Oh, double headshots. Nicely done there. It's got to hurt, but of course he can heal himself up around the corner.
Okay, so other team, the pressure's on for them. They need to finish this game if they want to have a chance to go into the next match against Pretz. Rello getting charged straight through the help of Lucio, doing some decent damage there. Over to Pronic, who's fallen extremely quickly. He had the Earthshatter available, or he just got it up in the last few seconds of his life, but he's lost out on it. Another team are off to a strong start.
Very good start here. Coming out, payload already up to the fountain, or statue, I should say. There's no fountain there, not that I know of. It's going to be tactical visors, pop left and right. Going to force him away. Rella just a little unsure exactly of where Shadowburn was going. Does manage to pick him off around the side there. But you can hear, obviously, the opposite number doing the same thing. Mufu has used the teleport, though. So we need to keep our eye on that one, of course. It's going to give them a big advantage, while the payload did make a lot of uses. A lot of distance is the word I'm after. don't know where usage came from. It's because I was about to get to teleport usage. You can see there is 4 remaining on that teleport, and the payload returns.
And plus the revive too, so they have a lot of sustain when it comes to reappearing for the fight. Not necessarily in healing, but in the revive and the teleporter. But anyways, we're seeing Clanton actually play the Roadhog too, so Drunks is going to have a little bit more of a difficult time, especially because Pronic is playing this Roadhog. That shield's going to make it really difficult for him to pull anyone through to provide a kill. Not to mention the Earth Shatter's going to come through. Great charge by Pronic, plus the Earth Shatter, and there's some clean kills coming through.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of countered each other there as well, because you saw Mufu get picked off early, but that doesn't really matter when the main point is Forsaken. Oh, he did get him down in the end. That did have his ulti available, but as we mentioned, that teleport was available. Won't have too many charges left. In fact, I don't think he'll have any charges left. No, still 2 on there. Oh, and look at that Vision. No, it's so painful to watch. Poor old Mufu almost catching out. Vision's just like, nope, I'm out of here. But actually, is he going to be able to find himself the teleport? He's looking. He's looking. He's found it. Oh my god.
It feels rough. That's how you know you're having a bad day.
Like, guys are fat. Oh.
Yep. Well, now his team has to wait for the respawns, though. And the thing is, there's not that many charges left to teleport anyways. It's more of Slasher you need to worry about. Kill him, get the revive away from them, and then you have the chance to actually snowball this fight into the checkpoint. But they've got a minute left. Shadowburn has Dragon Blade. And with the way he's played Genji, except the first time we saw it, this ideally should be a wipe for them, unless they can somehow deal with them. They need Harspin to kind of kill him. They need Rella as well to pair in with them just to pick him off. Maybe even Drunks to pick up the kill.
Absolutely. Well, there's going to be the barrage. Is it going to be enough? That's the question, because it kind of traded. Mufu picked up 2 kills in the same time, and also Shadowburn started to pick himself up a couple, creeping himself up the buildings there, but still picked off by Harspin. Been doing a fantastic job since he switched across to the Pharah. But again, successful defensive hold. Working out well for them. 20 seconds to go to get this payload moving.
Yeah, Pronic's just trying to hold them back. Drunks just needs to escape. Get back towards his team here. And this Riptire can pretty much end the game. If he hits a Riptire on multiple people, it could be over. But he's just going to catch out a Drunks, get some decent damage into him. But it's not enough. He's got to wait for them to group up a little bit more for that one. Even going to be throwing his shift in there to pick up a kill. That one on a Vision. That's the Lucio now down. That's a big kill.
That is a big kill, and look at that. The Hog in the corner. He does manage to knock down. Clanton is going to be picked off here by Y-Rods, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. They're going to keep this payload moving. We've got the big Resurrect for Mu as well stored up. They do hit the payload marker. 3 minutes back on the clock.
All right, so they almost lost it there. But Fortress can still defend this point. It still could be over. They're going to look for the high ground. Clanton on the Soldier. He's going to have a really easy time here, but Drunks has pushed up really aggressive. Now Clanton's actually pushed off the rest of his team. Shadowburn's is actually playing Hanzo this time. Gets the kill on a Heartspin. That's the fair now down. He's looking for Mu. He will get the tag, and not the kill. And now Vision is just looking to back away, but Clanton gets separated from his team. And that's such a huge thing to have happen. The problem was that with Shadowburn picking up that 1v1 kill or 1v2 kill against Heartspin, it just pretty much kept them cold in their tracks. They couldn't continue to push.
Still a long way for that payload to go, though. They tried to push up, tried to go aggressive, and it did keep the high ground for a while, but they've still got this big, big choke point at the church here. And you can see, with this high ground taken, they're just waiting for that one moment for them to all launch into action. Still a long time, a long charge on a lot of their ultis, though. It's really only Pronic with the Earthshatter available.
Oh no, Drunks getting caught out because he pushed up so far. They're just going to rush him down extremely quickly. The Earthshatter out of Pronic. It could have been there. They could have actually caught off the rest of other team, but enough to actually force them completely back. Shadowburn got the Sonic Arrow onto him. And now, oh, Y-Wars goes a little bit too deep. Will actually cost him his life, but Rel has been able to take Forsaken out of the skies. And Shadowburn's just waiting for his opportunity to use that Dragon Strike.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on it. And, well, it's not going to make it when Harspin gets around the side there. Rella's also pushing up as well. He's got his ultimate available, but he doesn't need it. That was a brilliant, brilliant flank from Harspin.
Okay, so other team on the brink of a loss. Will not be able to capture that first point. Are looking to push towards the last. They haven't been able to secure that next checkpoint. 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock for them to work with.
So many ultis on both sides.
Yep. It's going to be a huge fight out of both teams. And it comes down to the both healers, Mu and Slasher. Where are they going to be? Are they going to get caught out? Slasher needs to stay alive. He needs to stay back and away. But luckily for him, there's no Graviton Surge he has to worry about. It's just the hook for the most part.
Where is that ulti going to go? That's the question. The payload continuing to move, gets a swing around. Ooh, just had to back away. There's the ult. Does manage to dash around. I don't think it did enough, though. That's the question. Everybody was ready and waiting for it. They were expecting it. Rella, meanwhile, sitting backing away because Clanton gets himself the double and forces the rest of the team back. 3 minutes was on the clock when they got the last point. Now it's down to 2 minutes 30 and counting.
Somehow Forsaken actually survived, even with Rella attacking him from the side. So he wasn't hitting the head enough here. But the Tactical Visor, Resurrection, and the Earth Shatter, and even the whole hog is up for other team. Where on the other side, all they really have is a Resurrection. And Shatter burns relatively soon. He's at 58% currently, but hits a couple of shots, and he'll have it back up again. But this is the time for other team to get some ground pushed. They know they have ult advantage. They just have to make it work for them.
Drunks on the flank. He's got Harsman with him, trying to get around the side here. The high ground currently being held by Fortress. You hear Shadowburn firing off his ultimate, but he's been picked off. It was Drunks on the flank. They worked out well. That was what they were aiming for. He's got his whole hog available. Oh, the hook! Catching on towards Clanton. That may well be enough to force them down. It forces out the Resurrect. That's a big ulti. And instantly, they turn it into the whole hog. Drunks and Rella absolutely mowing through the team. Is that enough to make the push around the corner?
Well, the payload's still contested by Mufu. Needs to be cleaned up. Finally, he'll die to Wyros. The payload is nowhere near the finish. So Fortress will have another attack, and they'll have it extremely quickly. Clanton switching over to Reaper to provide some sort of cover to this tanky lineup in his face, especially Drunks. Even Shadowburn now playing Tracer just to stall out for as long as they can.
That was a lot of ultis used there. They still have Moo's big Resurrect available, though. Harsman, though, getting picked out of the air by this Tracer. It's working well. Shadowburn should be able to close the deal. Can't quite get the kill, and he's gone the other side. That is horrific to watch sometimes. Painful. Can't manage to get the kills, but they are going to clear out the point, and that's the main point now. 1 minute to go. Fission getting picked off around the side. They tried the aggressive tactic. They tried to force them in the spawn, and it's backfired, and it may have cost them the game.
It might have. 52 seconds left to go here. Even if they don't finish their other team, as long as they stop Fortress from tying or winning, then they will go to that tiebreaker map of Ilios. But Forsaken, Barrage available. Ult's clearly in favor of Fortress so far. Clanton even about to have Death Blossom available. Another team just doesn't really have a lot to work with. Wyros needs to hit a good Earthshatter. The problem is the entire team of Fortress are spreading out. The Earthshatter's going to come in. It hits on so many people towards the back line, and Fortress are committing almost every ultimate to this.
Well, and more importantly, Moo didn't survive. That's the big part, because Moo was picked off, which meant there was no Resurrect. They are still keeping it moving, though. They are going to keep it going. Tell a lie, Moo did get it off.
Yeah,
I didn't actually see it. I didn't actually spot it. Sorry about that, but immediately it does mean they can pick off this far. If Mufu is taken down, they are going to push on through. Is it going to be enough? Clanton, yes, it is. Clanton couldn't get close enough. Clanton couldn't get close enough, and Wyros, well, he put in some serious work at the end there with that Earthshatter.
Somehow at the end, they're able to finish that one off.
That's all they needed to do.
Yeah.
Just think, overtime was ticking. They got to the payload on that first checkpoint, and they finished the game. That's impressive. There was a couple of moments there where it could easily been over.
Oh yeah.
Just think of that flank. The flank from Harsman or at the church was probably pivotal for me.
Mm-hmm. I think them, I don't even know how they kind of came back from that one. Going to overtime twice in a map is very rough. But now, Fortress, well, all they had to do was finish in the beginning to win. And that's still all they have to do. If they finish, they'll tie it up. And that means they're up 3-2, and they will be the victor of this best of 3. And move on to play against Pretz, because we still have one more game to go on today. And then they'll have a chance, if they do win that game and then the game tomorrow, to play in the playoffs of the group stage, allowing them to play for the $100,000.
It's going to be a long day tomorrow. It's a long day today, that's for damn sure. 10:20 plus whatever. I think we're looking at a midnight finish here.
Still got another Red Bull.
Still sat ready and waiting. Oh, I'm going to be chugging that, don't worry. But let's have a look at what we have in the lineups here. It is, of course, going to be the red team this time on the defense. So that's going to be Moo on the Mercy. What a clutch res that was at the end. Even though I called it wrong, it was huge. Fission setting up the turrets. Again, we're seeing a Symmetra, because that teleport can be so huge, especially on this opening point. Harsman, brilliant performance from him since switching to Farah. Drunks and Harsman making that change, great adaptation, and it's worked. It's worked very well for them. Wyros, of course, on the Reinhardt, and Rella once again on the Soldier 76. Let's see what attacks stick with.
Those rockets should actually connect as they come around the corner. Yeah, there you go. Force the shield out right away. Let's get a little bit of damage in, but not really much towards his ult percent. 11% currently, but the Symmetra Fission is going to be key. It comes down to Moo and how well he can heal his entire team Luckily for them, though, 2 of those people can heal themselves. Well, technically 3, Throw in Mercy, but just the region alone. And Drunks, he's already fallen off the top side. That's going to be a big mistake. If they would have punished that, that would have been huge.
Nearly. Shadowburn putting some damage on the Reinhardt there. Wyros taking some punishment, picking off those sentry turrets as well as they stick around the corner. Payload making its way forward. Hooked in there. Clanton, hook on hook. Didn't quite work out. Clanton gets picked off there. That could be big. It's 1 man down, but Rella's also managed to level things up, but Shadowburn around the side there picks himself up another kill. Let's have a look, see where he's going. Gonna try and look for that Soldier 76 around the back. He's got his Dragon Blade available, doesn't need it because he manages to land the shurikens in the back of the head.
Teleporter's down though, and it's already been spotted by Shadowburn. He's looking for some free kills here. He's looking for Moo, he's looking for anyone he could possibly find. And we'll get the reset off of Fission, and this will close out the points. Look at the first point in extremely quick time, especially compared to how slow other team was.
Big res coming in there.
Enough.
I don't think it's going to be enough. No, the payload is going to be reached. Now, the question is, can they put the work in? Shadowburn getting beamed away by that Symmetra will finally deal with Fission. Get that pesky Fission out. And more importantly, actually, that Resurrect, it actually might backfire on them. I think they're going to get this payload around to the church before they manage to resurrect.
Yeah, they definitely won't be able to have that high ground control. Horseman's the only one to actually rush up there for the most part, as he already sees Shadowburn and immediately says, yep, nope, gonna back away. Gonna let them have that. At least wait for my my Reinhardt to put a shield up in front of me, which is gonna be Wyros here. And they do have a soldier out of Rolla, who's gonna maybe be forced to use his ultimate relatively soon just to make sure they have this control and can maintain it. Because look at Forsaken towards the top, so actually came around from the side, gets pulled back in. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but Shadowburn's in the middle of them.
Trying to get around the side. Is he gonna catch it? No, I think he got stuck. He was trying to make the dash, and then the dash missed, and then instantly getting hammered around the back, but he's still gonna get himself the kill after the resurrect. That's exactly how you want it to work. And now the payload gonna continue moving. The big battle of the sluggers at the back there, the Reinhardts, the Drunks coming in as well on the hog, quickly defending all he can. Needed some heals off there. So, solid hold, just about. But that was on the precipice of failure, and that would have given them a mammoth amount of time in that final checkpoint.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they still have a ton of time considering what other team had at this point, where they had less than 2 minutes remaining to push towards this final checkpoint before the end. But Rella towards the high ground still has not used his tactical visor. They have 4 ultimates up, and Fission's getting relatively close to his own. So now Fortress, how are they going to dismantle this position? I'd say Forsaken, if he hits a nice concussion blast, I'll force him off this high ground. It's just really hard to get that high into the air without being shot down by a soldier.
Here they go. They're going to jump around the side. Earthshatter from behind doesn't work out. It actually backfired horribly, and Wyros gets picked off trying that ballsy move. Let's have a look at Moo's positioning around the side, just waiting for the rest of his team. There we go. The big Resurrect comes in, gets about 3 of them, but instantly, Pronic manages to land that big Earthshatter. Let's have a switch back towards him, because the rest of his team are being worked down. Drunks is doing what he can to delay them there. Tries to chug, tries to heal, tries to run away, and actually gets out of there alive. But the payload continued to move.
Fair, he was just feeding 0% actually over to Pronic, who just uses Earth Shatter and is already up to 42% yet again. The double kill off of 1 swing takes out Vision and Rella, and the payload, it has crossed the checkpoint. But now into the final home stretch with 5 minutes to go. All they have to do is finish this game to go on into the next round.
This is working out so well for them. 5 minutes now. 5 minutes is the time they have. Drunks gets picked off by Shadowburn. He hops, skips, and jumps around the side there. He may even decide to pop that ulti as the payload continues to move. Just keeps it, holds it in check, and he just waits for the rest of his team to get in position. Look at the ultis. Look at the count. It's massively in favor of Fortress with nigh on 4.5 minutes to go.
There we go. Shadowburn not using the Dragon Blade just yet. Spots the tactical visor, dash straight into him, and somehow Rella dies Forsaken. Picks up the double kill. Dragon Blade's gonna come out. This could be the home stretch. This could be a demon.
He manages to catch around. Shadowburn picking up kill after kill after kill. Mufu working on them as well. Forsaken has his barrage available. Doesn't even need it. Uses a glory fire of fireworks at the end. It will be Fortress, ladies and gentlemen, that move through to the round of 16 and face Pretz for a place in the quarterfinals tomorrow. And I should remind you, ladies and gentlemen, the quarterfinals, all you need to do is win, and you're into that big playoff position. That's going to be all happening tomorrow, but don't go anywhere, because now we're going to be seeing Fortress up against Pretz. What a fantastic game, though, against other team, though.
It was good. It was they went to the third map, but it was close. It wasn't long and stally. It was just an overall good game. Some good plays by a lot of individual players there. Drunk's got to give him a shout out for his work on Hollywood, hitting hook after hook after hook to give him that control when he's playing Roadhog. Even Shadowburn had great Pharah play, had great Genji play. Forsaken switching over to the Pharah. We saw a lot of people showing that they can play multiple different heroes at a really high level.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, it will be the round of 16. Fortress up against Pretz, the final game of the night, and I can't even speak about it. We'll see you in a few moments.